Hey everybody, I've had a lot of requests for some different views of our product, TurboMax and TurboMax C4 fuel modifier. A lot of people on YouTube say that they haven't seen it used in any Fords or any testimonials or whatnot, so we've spent some time getting with some people doing different testimonials. We've done some temperature testing for extreme temperatures, testing it at 500 degrees, and we're going to show you today some of the results of some of the things. It's kind of going to be a little bit of a long video, but you can fast forward through some of the parts of it. Where we've run it in race cars, we have people that have been running it for a year, or over a year actually, in their race cars and in their personal Ford powerstrokes. I have a couple testimonials just got one from a guy who's been running it in his Honda four-wheeler, stating that he's never seen a product where the product outperforms the manufacturer's, I guess you call it suggested outcome. But he actually gave me a call personally to let us know how extremely happy he was with this product. And then through the different things that we've come across this summer, we're actually going to start putting together another video. We're going to go out and get the junkiest car we can find, and we're going to treat it with TurboMax products just like you would your regular street or oil product and fuel product that you have. And then we are going to drive it with no water in the engine, and we're going to see how far it'll actually go. And from some of the results that we've had and testimonials from people, which you'll see here in a little bit, we may have to drain some oil out of it along without the water. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see as we go. So we're going to put a culmination of some of our videos together. I know people have said also that they didn't like the fact that we have some different, testing different products like RevX and Arch Oil, and we didn't use the same kind of oils. As long as your motor oil has the same standard SI sticker on the front of it, they pretty much fall into the same window. You can pretty much anticipate that adding TurboMax to whatever kind of oil you put it in, it is going to gain film strength between 7 to 10 times greater than whatever fluid you add it to. So, an increase its oxidization, its TBN numbers, the whole package. This is not just an extreme pressure additive. It's not even really an additive. It's actually an oil modifier. It changes the oil completely. There is no other product anywhere that is made with the components that are in this. This is as modern as you can get. The newest technology. It is not any place else. You'll not find anything that will do the job that this product will do. It's a whole package deal that increases your fuel mileage. It increases the ability, if your vehicle has a catastrophic failure of some sort, to help you make it through and not cost you a ton of money. It's not the absolute end all, but it has saved people literally thousands and thousands of dollars. People that work in severe industries. We have another customer that backed his four-wheel drive into a rock, didn't know it, poked a hole in the rear end housing and drove 25 miles with no oil in it. Fixed the rear end housing, put oil back in it, and continued to use his truck. So this is just kind of a buffer to help us when we make severe mistakes and aren't aware of them, and hopefully it doesn't cost us too much in the end. Thanks. I hope to hear from you all soon, see your videos on YouTube, and we thanks to the people who support us currently. We're here today at Carolina Motor Speedway and we're going to do some interviews later with the owner of the 6 Dirt Modified here, and they run TurboMax in their race engines and in their gearbox, and they also run it in their transport vehicle. And as soon as they have a little bit of time, we're going to get with them and ask them what their opinion of this product is. This is the transporter for the race team for Michael Ayers. It's their Ford F350 that they've been running our TurboMax in. They run the C4 fuel modifier and the TurboMax oil additive in their diesel engine. We're going to sit down as soon as they have a chance to speak with us. We've made a special trip down here to Carolina Motor Speedway today to talk to them, since they were going to be nearby our home base in Conover, North Carolina, and sit down and have a chat and see how they like these two products. Alright, what we got here is Rotella T6 5W40 diesel oil. We're going to do a test to see how it works after it's been heated up to 500 degrees in a closed pot for an hour. And this is the base sample. It has no additive, has nothing done to it, just straight out of the bottle, and we're going to apply a load to it. I'm going to add 1 pound weights. 1, 2, 3, 3 pounds. We're going to go and do the next test that's actually cooked down at 500 degrees for an hour with the same base. The Rotella T6 5W40 that's been heated up to 500 degrees in a closed vessel for 1 hour. To do a test on this, we are going to just started to put the third one on, so its load is about 53 pounds less than what it was before it was cooked. Okay, today we're going to take this burnt oil. This started off as 5 ounces of Rotella T6 5W40 for diesels, and we added a half an ounce of TurboMax to this for the treat ratio at a half an ounce per 1 quart, just like we recommend for your first running on your diesel, your Ford Powerstrokes, Duramax, any of those. This TurboMax actually cleans the sludge, the varnish, actually leaves a protective film on the metal parts, reduces the effects of acid. We're going to show here this specific test is to show this sample was cooked at 500 degrees in a pressure vessel for 1 hour with the oil treatment already in it, so it was all burnt. This smells, been said this smells like Fido's butt or possibly hell. Don't know which, but it stinks real bad. So we're going to run this on the machine, and we're going to do what we call a burn down test. We're going to put 10 pounds of weight on the machine, on the lever, and the ratio is 54.33 to 1. So it'll have a load of over 500 pounds of direct load on the bearing surface. And then we're going to take the oil bath away, and we will start doing a countdown and see how long this runs. Generally, the Rotella 6, or yeah, the Rotella T6, it won't run at all, even fresh out of the bottle, with 10 pounds of weight on the machine. It'll only hold 4 pounds of weight before the machine stops. So we've done this with some other stuff, other products that we make in the past, so we have a pretty good idea how the results will come out. So we're going to get ready to do the test now. These red weights are 2.5 pounds a piece. We'll put one on. We'll put two on. We'll put the third one on. We'll put the fourth one on. That right there is over 500 pounds of direct load on the machine itself. So when this, we're going to get to 3 minutes on the tape, there's 3 minutes on the recording. And we're going to let that run and see how long it goes with that weight on it. Let's see if I can zoom in here a little bit. You can actually see the bead of oil running around on those two bearing surfaces. See if it'll focus in here. Hopefully it will. That's too close. I can't get any closer, it won't focus. There we go. Go a little slower, baby. Come on, thing, focus. Modern technology isn't always so great. We're at 1 minute and 33 seconds. I just went and got a pyrometer so we can test, see what the temperature here is. Right now we're at about 208 degrees. It's beginning to smoke a little bit. We're at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. This doesn't have a laser on it, so it's kind of hard to find the temperature. 216. The Ingredients in the TurboMax is very complex nanoparticles. It reduces wear, it reduces friction, it raises the TBN of the oil, which stops the action of the nitric oxide and nitric acid, which is what ruins your oil and causes it to go bad. Most of our oils, when we run the Rotella T6 in our diesels, we have run at 20,000 miles and the oil quality is still good. About 230. It's beginning to smoke more. We're now at 4 minutes with no oil. Just whatever ran in on the bearing. $238, almost 240. It's now at 4 minutes and 25 seconds with no oil. With 500, well, over 500 pounds, 530, I think it's, or 540 some odd pounds of load. Looks like it worked 240. You can see that the bead is much smaller. $250. 5 minutes and 25 seconds. $265. We're now at 6 minutes and 16 seconds with no oil. Most motor oils make more noise than this with the oil bath. 270. There's 7 minutes. $275. It's still got a pretty large oil pool. Can you see the oil pool on the, you can look in there and see how it draws the oil right to the bearing? That's all that matters, is that spot right there. It's all it cares about. Chemically, it knows where all the load and force and heat it is, and it says we need to be right here. This is smart oil technology here. This is as advanced as it gets. $276. There's 8 minutes. There it is. 8 minutes and 12 seconds. This is what we call a burn down test. That was the previous mark on there. That's the mark we just made. I don't think I have an old bearing here. I'll make one. I'll show you once it cools off. Without just regular motor oil, you'll see what the difference is. with Michael Ayers today. He's one of my test pilots for TurboMax. He's been using our product for about almost a year now, I suppose.
A little over a year in the race car and the truck.
Yeah, they've got a, what kind of pickup truck do you have?
I have a 99 Ford F350 Super Duty with a 7.3.
You use the TurboMax oil additive and the fuel.
And the fuel additive.
Yeah, so from your experience, is that a product that meets your needs?
It exceeds. I won't go without it.
Have you experienced any fuel mileage increases or endurance?
On average, we tow a 38-foot gooseneck with a dirt modified here in it, and we go up, let's say for instance, Whitfield, Virginia, go through Fancy Gap, a lot of heavy hills and stuff like that. We still average 14.5 miles per gallon. Flat ground, I'll get upwards of 16.5, 17 miles per gallon, towing fully loaded.
How big a trailer do you have?
38-foot gooseneck.
38-foot gooseneck. Well, that's pretty good.
That's very good.
Have you noticed a difference in the way your truck starts?
Every time, flawless.
Does it? Have you had any issues with oil life?
No, we're up to about 10,000 miles on an oil change now.
What was your normal oil change interval before TurboMax?
3,000 to 3,500 tops.
That's pretty good. So one of the reasons we're over here is I videoed you guys a little bit at the racetrack, and you had a little trouble. And
we had a lot of trouble.
We kind of left you alone, so we figured we'd come over here and talk to you. And since everybody was so close, and we had a little bit of time, so you want to tell everybody what happened at the racetrack?
Well, 5 laps to go with the restart, we picked something up off the track, and it put a 1-inch slash in the lower radiator hose, and we lost all the water.
That's not good.
No.
So
She was percolating the oil in the oil pan like a coffee pot. What was going on?
yeah, to turn it colors?
Black.
Black.
Yes.
So
We run maximum oil with your TurboMax in it. We've been doing that all year long. And we took the motor apart last night, and we hooked the head gaskets. We're going to replace the rings just because we've got it apart. Rod main bearings are a Speedway 77 bearing that are coated by H.M. Elliott. They look brand new, like they've never been ran.
yeah. So in the time that you've run this the TurboMax oil additive in your race car, do you ever notice a difference in your average oil and water temperature from what it was previously?
15 to 20 degrees, depending upon how humid it is and the temperature and stuff.
Cooler?
Like that. Yeah, cooler.
Cooler? Well, that's pretty good. Well, let's see.
Oil and water.
You want to, if we can take a rod cap off here and turn this thing over after you get done with that. We'll take a look at the bearing. And I have noticed that the oil film layer that's still all over the engine block seems to be quite slippery, even more so than when the oil is fresh.
This motor here, it's a 410 small block Chevy, dark block. Runs on methanol with Brodex aluminum heads. Makes about 780 horsepower. So to run 5 laps without any water in it and not see any more issues than what we've got, it's amazing. I've been racing for 40 years and never seen anything like this. Looks like it's never been even started, much less ran 12 races already this year.
That's pretty good. So you look at the crankshaft. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Looks like it just came out of the machine. You can look down inside and see, you can't see it too well. The backside of the pistons, because generally, if the backside of the piston's got oil burnt on the back of it, it will tell you what kind of an oil film barrier you actually have.
Everything looks absolutely fine. We're going to put rings in it just because it's this far down.
So you want to put that back on, and then we'll roll it over and look at the cylinder walls. And while he's doing that, I'll look and we can show you in the oil pan where, well, there's a little bit of residue left here. You see the black streaks. in there where it's still draining down. That's how burnt the oil was. It was absolutely black. And when he pulled the drain plug out of the pan, it has a plug that goes in the top of the pan hole. It actually was squirting black water, it looked like, coming up out of the oil pan. And it's smoking blue. We took the valve cover fill cap off, and there was blue smoke inside of the valve covers. We originally made this product for a dirt late model friend of mine who had problems with camshaft wear, and then we ended up using it on my kids' cars because they couldn't seem to check the oil. You look down in there, you can see the camshafts are fine. There's nothing wrong with the lifter bores. Come over here where the light is.
You can see it got hot the way the top of the pistons look, but nothing got to the bottom. It just got so hot that it didn't want to shut off.
Yeah, just diesel.
We had to put it in gear. Put it in gear to get it shut off.
He did a compression test on it. Is this the one here?
Yeah. 1, 2,
You can
7,
see the
and
head
8.
gaskets. There's not much we can do for a head gasket, but there's where it lost. It got so hot that it toasted the head gasket right there.
You see where it's pumping compression through there. The center 2 cylinders were down to 150 on 3 and 5, 175 on 4 and 6. But 1, 2, 7, and 8 had 225 per hole.
Yeah.
Like it should have. So.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm pretty pleased. I'm so glad you didn't blow up a motor.
I'm pleasantly pleased.
Yeah.
That would end our year.
Yeah.
Oil in it, some TurboMax in it, and I load it back up in the trailer and head back up north.
If this would have been, I've had catastrophic failures in the past where something like this locks up, and that's been a long time ago. What do you suppose if you had to replace this today, what would that cost you?
We've got 18 in it, but if I went to this body, it would cost me $25.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good deal. Well, Mike, I appreciate you run our product and you have confidence in what we do, and we're going to continue to do everything we can to support racing people, regular people. Our products are built to.
Anybody that does not run this is great.
Yeah, you can run it in your regular car. We got cars that get 10, 12 miles a gallon better, and you're just going to add life.
If you can add 4 to 5 miles a gallon on a vehicle that's 22,000 pounds going down the road,
Yeah,
what can you do in a regular vehicle?
yeah,
It's amazing.
we've had some pretty good success. It is kind of by design, though.
Yes.
We try not to make it. It is a little expensive to make, but we tried to make it to where intervals that change, and in the long run, it makes you money rather than cost you.
It saves us, which puts more back into our racing budget.
All right, cool. It's been great talking to you.